Hi all, welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to talk about conditional statements. Basically, it's like making decision in your code. So you are checking if something is true or false, and then you will be taking unneeded action there. So these are the five type of conditional statements. The first one we are going to explore is the if statement. If statement is pretty much straightforward. So we'll be telling our code to do this if something is true. So if statement is like we'll be giving some condition, and if it is true, the code will get executed. Let's see the basic syntax for an if statement. So it will be like this. We'll be putting our condition inside those brackets, and we'll be setting our code to be executed inside the braces. Let's see this in a practical program. Let's create a program that checks the eligibility of a person to vote based on their age. So first we can declare the age variable. Now we can write the if block. So we'll be putting our conditions inside these parentheses, and here we are checking for the eligibility to vote. So there should be some code to execute when this condition is true. So if this condition is true, it will print eligible to vote. We can run the code. Here it doesn't print anything because we set age is equal to 10. So the condition is age should be greater than or equal to 18. Only then this code will execute. So when we set age according to the condition, we get the result. I think now it's clear how an if statement works. So there must be something should be printed when our condition doesn't hit. So in that case we use this else if else block. So we will be placing some code inside the else statement that should be performed when our if condition is not reached. When we place something which the condition doesn't get hit, it will be printing this else statement. And this is the if else statement. Next we have the ternary operator. For showing how a ternary operator works, we need to set our eligibility as a variable, as a string variable. And in a ternary operator, we are using some comparison operator to check whether the user's qualification matches the required qualification. Here we already placed the condition and there is a question mark. It works like is the condition is true or false. If it is true, it will execute the first block which is eligible to vote, or else the second one got executed. We need to print the eligibility variable in order to see the result. And we get the output. This is how a ternary operator works. I hope you're all clear about this. Next we have the if else statement. We can do an example program for explaining how the if else statement works. For that, here we place a variable number with the value 20, and we are writing our if block. And inside the if block we are giving a condition. The number is greater than 0. So when a number is greater than 0, it means it is a positive number. We can write our else part like if the number is not positive, it will be negative. When I run the code, the result is positive number because the number we give is 20 and it is definitely a positive number. We can replace that 20 with a minus 20. Yeah, we get the negative number as the output. So what happens when we implies 0 as a number? The result is negative number. But this is not right. 0 is a number which is not either positive or negative. We need to place some other condition as an output for 0. And in such cases where there is a multiple condition occur, we use this if else condition statement. And here we set a else if block and we'll be placing our second condition inside that. I hope now you are all clear with this if else if statement. Finally, we have a switch statement we'll discuss about in the next video. Thank you. Let's see in the next video.